and I think it's now time to die.
How do you do this to Baranor?
This will send a message to Shindra.
Let's see. Just going for a run. Just gonna pick up this epic piece real quick, but I'm not gonna grab it. You just get to read what it says and know that that's something cool.
I'm trying to remember what that one is.
I found your legendary lead from behind one.
Oh man,
I hate it. All right, so we're gonna just let Baranor take a couple shots to the face. Actually, real quick, just to speed this up, and also because it'll be a wonderful transition to our later discussion, let's pop this to brutal. We'll walk and talk through it in a second, but let me just show the damage for it. There we go. One hit from a normal guy, and down.
Well, that was a spot of love.
happy.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just a roll of the dice.
Well, at least your death made that guy real happy.
At least. So, just as a heads up, this particular build that we're using right now is not the final build. The final build is actually done in that. This is just a different build that I've been using specifically for the live streams. And so I got this earlier and that kind of thing. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because things like the score that we're about to get right here, and we'll talk through, isn't exactly the scores that you guys will be receiving. So here's an explanation on when you die as Baranor.
Yep.
All right. So we got a couple of things here. We got a score. The experience gained gave a score. Outpost gave a score. The difficulty that we had, now it says minimal difficulties, because different difficulties will give you multipliers. And then runtime is also important, and that you can see, like, the shorter your runtime, the better your score will be.
So basically, the farther you get in the game by capturing more outposts, the higher your score is just naturally going to be.
Right.
The more stuff you do, the higher it's going to be, but that's always measured against how hard it was and how fast you went.
Right.
So, like, that's the real axis where you can keep improving. Like, once you're like, yeah, I can beat it on Gravewalker, no problem. It's like, can you do it faster?
Right, and so you get faster and faster at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, we didn't finish the game, all right? So, I saw someone say, that's it. We just died, and we have to start over. There are story missions, there's more outpost missions, there's taking over the fortress assault. So, to complete the game, you have to beat all of those. But if you die, then you start over at the beginning. But certain things will be living for a certain amount of time. Alive for 25 minutes, shame. Well, I had to run quick. But so what are these victory milestone unlocks? What are these referring to? You don't have to say all of them either.
When you beat the game, based on your score, you get a permanent upgrade.
Right.
So that will be a piece of gear that you carry with you into every new game from that point forward. So, I expect most people can get silver. Gold is a little bit harder. Mithril's the really hard one to get.
Right.
But they're things that kind of change the way you play the game. Some of them make it a little bit easier, but some of them are just, I want to play the game differently now.
Right. Okay, so some of them are little twists and changes of stuff. Glacier 005, so we lose story mission progress. No, story missions actually maintain through every run. So the things that maintain through every run, story missions. So you don't have to replay story. And the augments, the Torvin skill upgrades, and actually Circa skill upgrades that you see up there, those are the story missions. Each time you play one of those, you'll get an unlock. So those permanent progression rewards. Cool, just checking. And you can also see that we have starting coin.
Yeah. Based on how well you did, you get money to begin your next run.
Right.
So if you did really well, you'll have enough to hire maybe an epic guy, maybe a legendary guy if you did a really, really good job.
Right.
But generally you can hire like a common dude to start out with.
Which is really useful because in the idea of like, this one, I died pretty early on.
Yeah.
There's definitely significantly more. As you guys can see, I had 7 more Torvin unlocks that I had to find. I had to complete more Circa missions. And then there was also more outpost stuff.
Well, and that's part of like, okay, you died, you can take a different tack next time. You're like, okay, instead of going for the outpost, maybe I'll go dig up some of the Torvin skills.
Right.
Get more skills for next time, so I'll be like better suited for it.
Absolutely, and so if you guys are on Gravewalker, get the Torvin skills, all of them. Just do it. They're so helpful, and it's so hard. It's just, oh man.
Well, it's that is specifically balanced for once you have all the skills.
Right. So
like,
Gravewalker is what you get to try to beat.
No, I'm fine with people going for that right away. If they want.
I'm not. I tried it. It was hard. Oh man.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna say no for doing another run. Just for now, because we wanted to show you these bits, and I'm gonna back off, exit, Yes, it's been saved automatically. So I'm going to back off again. You're just going to enjoy